every man is a freedom fighter, and the freedom you want cannot be handed over to you. You must fight for it. Your own case of freedom fighting might not be as that of Nelson Mandela. But regardless of the size of the freedom that you are fighting for, it doesn't change the fact that you are a freedom fighter. You might be a freedom fighter in your family. You might be a freedom fighter in your organization. You might be a freedom fighter in your nation or in the whole world. But regardless of the scope, you are still a freedom fighter. And one thing that we must know is the fact that that freedom that you desire is not going to be handed over to you. It is going to come to you as a result of your willingness to fight. In our last video, I shared with us what a modern man really needs to feel fulfilled in life. And I started by saying that what a modern man needs to feel fulfilled in life is not sex. And I said that a man might have sex in every hour of the day for a complete year and he will still not feel fulfilled. And I went further to say in that video that children cannot make a modern man to feel fulfilled in life. And I also said that you can have as up to 100 children as a man and you will still not feel fulfilled, because children alone is not enough to make you feel fulfilled. And in that same video, I went further to tell us what the modern man really needs to feel fulfilled in life. And I said that freedom is that which every man needs to feel fulfilled in life. And I said that that freedom encompasses a lot of things. It's not just the freedom as a word. The freedom has to do with a lot of things. A freedom for a man is about, one, his ability to look into the mirror and be proud of himself for the fact that he has done everything he needs to do and he can be proud of himself, and that will make him feel fulfilled. And another thing that will make him feel fulfilled that links with the freedom is to see his family and his territory bragging about him. Is to see his family or the people in his territory seeing him as a man that can be relied upon. For your people and your family, your friends, your children to feel that yes, we have a man that is in charge, both financially and physically, that a man that can defend them in any kind of situation. That is what the modern man wants to be seen as by his family and everyone in his territory. And once a modern man can achieve that, he will feel fulfilled. So this video is a continuation of that which we have discussed in the previous video. If you have not watched that video, you can watch it. I titled it what a modern man needs to feel fulfilled. If you have not watched it, you can go and watch it so that you can have a proper stand in order to understand everything that we are going to talk about today, because this is an extension of what we have discussed in the previous video. So today I want to share with us 5 ways in which a modern man can get the freedom he desires. Because it is not enough to know that which will make you feel fulfilled, but we must also know how to go about getting it. So that is all we are going to talk about today. By subscribing, you can have access to new updates, as we usually put up to 3 videos in a week. And you can also join our WhatsApp group to be part of our self-reliant movement, because you are the only person you have in this world to rely upon, and the earlier you know that, the better for you. So that is the reason or the rationale for this movement. So let's dive into what we have to share with ourselves today. So I said what we are going to share with each other today is 5 ways in which a modern man can get the freedom he desires. Number 1, to get the freedom we desire, we must be purpose driven. And that is, we must live our life with a sense of purpose. The reason why so many people cannot get what they want, or specifically the reason why some people cannot get the freedom they aspire to get, is because they are not purpose driven. They don't have the sense of purpose. They are not on purpose on anything that they are doing. But for you and I, on the journey of self-reliance, we must begin everything we want to do with the end in mind. We must picture the end before we begin to do anything. You are going to be doing things that you are going to be doing things that are not even necessary for you to do, without the sense of purpose. So we must be purpose driven. There should be no task that we should leave to chance. There is no task that we must begin without the end in mind. So that's number 1. The second step for a modern man to get the freedom he desires is to know what he wants and be ready to fight for it. I started this video by saying that every man is a freedom fighter, and the freedom you want cannot be handed over to you. You have to fight for it. The food you ate all throughout the day, you fought for that food. Assuming you didn't fight for that food, someone else would have eaten the food that you ate today. Everything that you have gotten in time past and the thing that you are going to get from your life in time to come is all going to be as a result of what you are willing to fight for or what you have fought for. Nothing is going to come to you by chance. So the best thing into getting what you want, which is freedom from life, is to know that yes, I want this freedom, and also back it with the willingness to fight for it. And that is why American motivational speaker Les Brown says that life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will take over from what you want. And he went further to say that what you want becomes a sacrifice for what you don't want once you don't want to fight for that which you want. So having the sense of purpose that you are driven toward, you must also back it up with what you want, which is in your own case right now is a freedom, and then you must be willing to fight for it. Because the people in charge of the freedom that you are fighting for right now, they are not going to hand it over to you. In fact, if they could find a way to block you or to hinder you from getting that freedom, they will do it. So that freedom that you are fighting for yourself and for your family or your loved ones, is not going to fall on your lap, and nobody is going to hand it over to you. It is going to come as a result of your willingness to fight. And by fighting, I don't mean a physical fight. It's more of mental and psychological fight. And sometimes physical fight might comes in, but that is not the essence of what I'm trying to share with us now. The fight that I'm talking about is your eagerness to push yourself, to motivate yourself, to kickstart yourself into action. That is the kind of fight that I'm talking about. So the second point is to know what you want and be willing to fight for it. The third thing, or the third step into getting the freedom you desire, is to be service driven or solution driven. Everything you and I want from life is in the hands of others. And for those people to hand it over to us, we must hand them something that is more appealing to them, for them to give us what we want in exchange. And that is why Zig Ziglar said that if you help enough people to get what they want, then they will help you get what you want. So by being service or solution driven, I mean you must become a solution provider. You must become a service provider in order to get that which you want. In order to get that freedom that you want, you must look around you. You and I must look around ourselves and see the service that we can render to the people around us in exchange for that which we want. We must look for the problems around us and devise a means through which those problems around us can be solved. That is what I mean by being a solution provider or service provider. Because without giving people what they want, they cannot give you what you want. And that is why Jesus himself said that it is more blessed to give than to receive. What he's telling us is not to go somewhere and be dropping money elsewhere. He's telling us that we should use ourselves or render ourselves and the resources that we have in service of others. If you look around you, you will notice that the people that are moving ahead in life, the successful ones, are those that are solving one or two problems in their community or the society at large. They look for the problem around them and then they begin to find solution to it. And once they succeed in finding out the solution to that problem, then they will get what they want from the people around them. So we must become a service and solution provider in our society in order for us to get that freedom that we are looking for. So that is number 3. Number 4. The first step into getting that freedom that we all desire is to use leverage as much as possible. Your strength, your energy, your time, your resources, and your knowledge, they are all limited. Only you cannot get you as far as you want. You need leverage. In our journey of self-reliance, we need leverage in order to get to where we are going. Your strength alone cannot get you there. Your resources alone cannot get you there. Your time alone cannot get you there. And when you look at the life of successful ones around us, you notice that they are not that better than the average people in the society. But one of the things that they have used to their advantage is the fact that they have learned how to use leverage to advance their cause. They start by assessing themselves to know their strengths and their weaknesses. Then they will focus on their strength and then use leverage to cement their weaknesses. And that is why you will see someone starting up a business. He doesn't know anything about the production. He doesn't know anything about the distribution of that product that he's selling. But he chooses himself as a foundation of everything, and then he will leverage other people's strength to start the production, to start the distributing, to start warehousing. Like, he will use several leverage that are available to him, and then he himself will be focusing on his strength. So if you see anyone that is moving ahead in life, that is a master man in using leverage. Like I said, your strength, your time, and your resources are limited. And if you want to get that which you want as fast as possible, because you don't have the eternity to fulfill your purpose, you don't have the eternity to live here on earth, and if you really want to get that which you want, It's a must to use leverage, to use other people's time, to use other people's money, to use other people's knowledge to get what you want, so far as you are not acting against their will, so far as you are giving them something in exchange for their time and strength, as well as the knowledge that they are exchanging for your money. So to get that which we want, which is the freedom, whichever what that freedom might mean to you, to get that freedom, we must learn how to use leverage to advance our cause in life. So that is number 4. Last but not the least, which is the 5th step, is to embrace God factor in our life. And what do I mean by God factor? By God factor, I mean for you to acknowledge God in your life, for you to know that there's a higher power that we are all connected to, for you to know that there's a higher power that is available to aid you and I in getting anything that we want. That higher power is within you and also around you. That higher power is within each and every one of us and also around us. So far as you maintain heart-to-heart connection with Him, so far as you are in tune with Him within you, and acknowledge that He is the provider and the sustainer of your life, so far as you can figure that out for yourself, that He is the provider and the sustainer of your life, He's there to support you. He's there to aid you in any journey that you want to embark on. Whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, or you are a Buddhist, you are a Taoist, any kind of religion that you are, God is not for any religion alone. God is for everybody, regardless of your religion. God doesn't practice religion. Yours is to maintain heart-to-heart connection with Him, and know that He's the provider of your life and also the sustainer of your life. And as well, anything that you are going to get from life is going to come through Him. So those are the 5 things that I have discovered that you and I, on a journey of self-reliance, can hold tightly and work them out on our journey. And which number 1 is to develop a purpose-driven spirit. That is to live with a sense of purpose. Secondly, I said that we must know what we want and be willing to fight for it. Thirdly, I said we should be solution and service driven. And then number 4, I said we should use leverage. And then lastly, I said you should embrace and acknowledge God factor in you. God is with you all the time and willing to support you. So that is all I have for us on this session of self-reliance with Joebizzy. And now, if you have anything you want to share with us on the comment section, you can leave it there so that we can all consider it and see how it can be a blessing to us too. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel for more updates, and share this video with someone that you feel that the person will need this video, and also introduce this movement people, tag them as self-reliant movement with Joebizzy. The movement is about making you and I the best version of the person that God created us to be and to become everything. So that is it for now. Until next time. Peace.